Cody Rhodes has officially been written off of TV. In case you somehow managed to miss it, after Saturday night's main event went off air, Kevin Owens came back and attacked Cody Rhodes, giving him a pile driver in the middle of the ring, and WWE announced today the severity of the injuries from Cody Rhodes. So now, what's the plan gonna be between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes? Because obviously that story is still going to continue, but what's it gonna look like until Cody Rhodes comes back? And is Cody Rhodes going to be back in time for the big debut episode of Raw on Netflix? We saw Kevin Owens perform a similar pile driver on Randy Orton about a month ago, and Randy obviously has still not returned yet. So that leads me to question whether Cody Rhodes is going to be on the debut episode of Raw on Netflix. Because that night is quickly approaching. That's in 4 weeks now. So the fact that it's been a month already, give or take, since Randy Orton's injury, are they keeping Cody Rhodes off of the debut episode? Because if they are, that just sounds like a wild, wild move to make, because obviously they want all the top guys on that episode. We've seen Roman Reigns is going to be there. There's rumors, obviously, of The Rock coming back, and there's obviously rumors about John Cena coming back. And now that we're kind of getting this whole, transfer portal-esque thing implemented into both SmackDown and Raw, who knows who else we're going to see on Raw on Netflix. So I just think it's kind of crazy that they may potentially leave Cody Rhodes off of that card, off of that night. Like it or hate it, Cody Rhodes is the predominant face of the WWE right now. He is the John Cena of this era. He is the good guy through and through. He is the never give up, never say die babyface. Now, unless things change, which they very well could, we obviously know how the world of pro wrestling works. But again, I think it's just kind of crazy that they've written him off with a really severe injury. And I love the fact that they are selling the pile driver from Kevin Owens like it should be. Because let's not forget, the pile driver is a banned move in WWE. That is a move that you are not allowed to perform. So I do like the fact that they're selling the pile driver as being this devastating move. And I think it works so well for Kevin Owens as well. Had this have been anyone else, I don't think it necessarily works as well as it does with Kevin Owens. To me, Kevin Owens makes the pile driver work. And I think it's kind of crazy that we got all of this after the Saturday night's main event show stopped airing. And a large portion of the videos that we saw of the pile driver itself, Kevin Owens getting involved with Triple H, was all cell phone videos. And I've mentioned this before. I mentioned it in the Saturday night's main event recap, that I love the fact that WWE is using this kind of tactic a little bit more now. Because nowadays, let's face it, you see something online, chances are it was taken on a cell phone. So I think it just helps add to the realism of it. And again, it kind of goes hand in hand with the pile driver being treated as this devastating move like it would be in real life. But another thing that needs to be mentioned is how good of a heel Kevin Owens really is. I think when his career is said and done, Kevin Owens will go down as one of the best heels of all time, because he just gets it. He knows how to push your buttons. He knows how to get under his opponent's skin. He knows how to do it all. He's a lot like Seth Rollins in a way. When Seth Rollins is heel, he does the same types of things. We saw Seth Rollins have his match against Roman Reigns, and he came out to the Shield theme and in the Shield attire. On Saturday night's main event, we saw Kevin Owens come out in a shirt that had his face over Dusty Rhodes. He had the red tape on his elbow like Dusty Rhodes. He just gets it so perfectly. I'm genuinely just kind of curious to know your thoughts about this. Do you think there's a chance that we don't get Cody Rhodes before possibly the Royal Rumble? Because that's the next big PLE. We have another episode of Saturday night's main event coming up in January, but outside of that and the debut episode of Raw on Netflix, the next big show for WWE is the Royal Rumble. So do you think that there's a possibility that we don't get Cody Rhodes until the Royal Rumble? Or do you think we get him a lot sooner and possibly for that debut episode of Raw on Netflix? And also, what are your thoughts about him potentially missing that big episode of Raw? Because it really seems like that there's going to be a who's who of WWE at that show, so man, it's just really going to be interesting to see if Cody is left off of that show. So again, I know that this is going to be a shorter video, but this was something that I kind of just really threw together once I saw the news about Cody Rhodes being injured long term. So let me know all that stuff down below in the comments down below. And while you're down there, swing by to the description and click the Linktree link. That link will take you to all of the social medias for this channel, and I do suggest going and checking out our X page. Because besides YouTube, I'm most active over on X. I do updates on Monday Night Raw, sometimes Friday Night SmackDown, and sometimes BLEs. I only say sometimes for Fridays and Saturdays, because from this point on, for the next couple months, Fridays and Saturdays just get really busy for me, but I am always available for Monday Night Raw. And above all else, I want the X page to be a place for wrestling fans to go and talk about wrestling. Wrestling by itself is awesome, but let's not kid ourselves. It's better when you have people to talk to and nerd out about it. And if you're like me, you don't have a lot of people to talk to about it. So that's why I am really active over on X. So if you're like me and you don't have a lot of people to talk to about wrestling, swing by an upcoming episode of Monday Night Raw, join in on the conversation, and maybe it's for you at the end of the day. So that is going to do it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Both are free and both help out the channel a lot. As always, stay tuned for more content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.